Frankenstein's got a journal.
Ash, is Vamp explaining? What?
Clown stuck in the house.
Elena side to Damon? Huh?
Do I have your attention?
Yep.
Good. Now let's talk about vampires.
Let's go. Season 5. Hear me out.
At Rebecca's kegger with Elaine and friends, taking shots like Jordan Connor, that is, in the paint like Shaq. Fix it in post. You remember when we drove coast to coast, driving to LA Cavalier and a U-Haul, even though that car was too small. Whipping around the Grand Canyon, trying not to fall in. Even when we rode, we were still ball in. By the bay, listen to Frank Ocean. Pour some coffee, I'll see you in 10.
Just give me the cue. I'll do whatever you want.
Mo money, mo problems, but I'm counting in the sweet spot. Petey's on the track when the beat's hot.
Now let's talk about vampires.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast where guys watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey.
That's the first time that's happened.
I am the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampedy, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash. Ash, hello.
Hello, Pete. Hello, the titular Petey.
Ash, we are on the Season 5 season finale.
I know.
Season 5, episode 22. Every season has how many episodes?
22.
Except for the one that had
19?
23, because there was the backdoor pilot
Oh, yeah.
that we think for the originals.
I don't care about the number of eps, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
just watching them.
It's true, but every time we go to watch one, she's like, so how many more are in the season? It's like, well, it's the number 22 minus
I just don't commit that to memory.
the current episode.
I know you know it, so
Yeah.
I'm like, that's one thing I don't have to remember.
Yeah, back in the day, they used to have 22 episodes in a season.
That was like standard.
Pretty standard. It's like half a year-ish,
Wow. That's a lot.
with a couple weeks off for whatever, a
The
baseball
holidays.
game or, holiday or something. Mm-hmm. But Ash, that's exactly what people came here to listen to.
They can't wait to hear us talking about how many episodes in a season.
Yep. Actually, I bet, I hope one person is here to hear about the animated feature Home with Rihanna and young Sheldon.
I was wondering if that was your reference for Home or if there's something else that you know of. I mean, I'm sure there's something else, but
That's what came
that's
off
what came
the dome.
to mind for me, too.
Yeah. E.T. phones home. I wonder if E.T. was calling young Sheldon.
Yeah, E.T. phones home. I rewatched and AKA slept through most of the rewatch with our kids home, like in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I liked it when I saw it many years ago.
Yeah, it's unlike a lot of other animated kids movies of that time. I feel like it sets itself apart a bit.
Yeah. But Ash, did this episode set itself apart from the rest of the season?
Definitely, yes.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I'm really just can't wait to get to the end of this podcast episode and just hear your reactions to how everything played out and what you think next season will be, because that's what I'm just most excited to hear.
Oh, wow.
I haven't even asked you, like, in person. I've just been waiting.
I hope that you're not disappointed.
Me neither.
What could I have to say?
I don't know.
I guess we'll hash it during this episode.
Okay, also
We'll
my
figure it out.
bracelet is almost broken.
Oh, man.
I'm going to have to fix it.
Ash, cold open. Stefan, as we last left him, is gray and veiny. Caroline is crowing. What's going on?
That would be
The
different.
titular Petey is crowing about Caroline
is
crying.
Crowing.
And I was like, where is she? And I think it turns out they're back at the dorms. Whenever we don't know where they're
You
at,
just got to know.
they're at Whitmore College.
It's because they never gave us, like we said, they never gave us like a good, like, landscape understanding of where everything is.
Right. I bet in the TV guide, in the newspaper delivered TV guide back then, they had like a blueprint of Whitmore
They should.
and the dormitories and
They just don't have enough establishing shots, and they haven't shown this one in a long time.
true. Also, it's a cold open. They're cutting straight into
Yeah.
like a close-up of Stefan's gray, veiny face.
I know. So sad.
All right, Elena and Damon run in, and they are like, Bonnie has a plan, right?
Right, which we know she doesn't.
She does not. But Damon says we're going to bring him back no matter what. Stefan is there watching from the other side. On the other side, there's some rumbling, and he holds on to stuff so he doesn't get sucked away, much like he was in the movie Twisters.
If he was in the movie Twisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much like if he was.
Yeah, I think you skipped the word if, and I was like,
Oh,
hold up, wait, he's in it? But no, he's not.
No. Actually, if you stay past the credits, he is in there.
No way!
Yeah.
You're lying.
He's like, you thought that I was gray and veiny?
But here I am, getting
Here I am.
sucked by a tornado
Yep.
many years later.
Lexi grabs him and helps him.
Isn't it exciting when Lexi just appears? She just pops up here and there.
I'm glad Lexi gets a check every season.
Yeah, whenever there's some other side business happening, we get a little peek, a little Lexi peek.
Yep. There's some other siders. Mm-hmm. Damon. Okay, so that's the end of the cold open. I was like, oh, they're at the dorms.
Yeah.
All right, Damon and Bonnie are in her dorm room. He's mad. He's breaking stuff. He's much like Fred Durst in the song Break Stuff.
It's so sad, though, that Stefan is dead.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, we watched the whole episode, but still, like, for Damon, it's like, oh my gosh, he's been living with his brother for hundreds of years, and now he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're living as a vampire, you have to know that, like, that is something that could happen at any time. But also,
Sure.
at the same time, you're
Or a
like,
human.
I'm immortal in a way.
Mm-hmm.
They can heal fast, they can move quick, so it's, like, not as likely, you know, as just a
True.
regular human death. So it's like, whoa, I really couldn't think that this would ever happen to Stefan because we've been living for hundreds of years and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So it's a shocker, I think.
Yeah. At this point, though, there's still hope, I would say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he is mad, for sure. Mm-hmm. And it's ominous that Bonnie doesn't have a plan or really magic.
Right.
All right. Maria, the Traveler, had a plan, but she got sucked away, much
Yeah.
like she was in the movie
Yeah.
Twisters.
She was going to do the spell that Marcos had done to come over in the first place, but then she gone.
Marcos was able to do it because the Travelers overwhelmed Bonnie, and Marcos snuck through.
Right. Sneaky little guy.
And I said, does this sound like my Pete-diction? Didn't I Pete-dict that, or was it obvious?
I should have listened to it before this episode.
I feel like I said it.
I think you did say something similar.
Alaric and Grams are on the other side. The people who actually listen to this podcast and aren't just the ones recording it are probably like, yes.
You did say that.
Or no, you idiot. We know. We just listened to it.
Yeah, we did not. I didn't
Right.
listen to it at all, except in real life when you said it.
Alaric and Grams, yep. Enzo is there too. He's ready to be rescued. He's Mr. Butterfingers and Damon is Grumpy Pants. Did I make that up?
No.
Okay, they say that to each other,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Enzo has a plan. They need a witch.
Right.
I was like, if I'm just throwing around Butterfingers and Grumpy Pants, that's outrageous. Liv and Luke are driving. Mm-hmm. Luke drives slow, I guess, because Liv is making fun of him.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of the no magic zone.
Yes. So there's more exposition. Marco stripped the town of spirit magic. Mm-hmm. Do you think when he stripped the town of spirit magic, there was a spirit Halloween store and it just vanished into thin air?
That'd be silly.
Caroline, I think that did happen. Caroline and Elena stopped them on the road, much like Luke and Liv once stopped somebody or something like that. Or did Maria do it?
Stefan and Elena. Yeah, they did it. They, like, trapped them on either side.
Mm-hmm. They tell them Stefan is dead. Liv is sorry. She's going to help bring Stefan back, but actually she doesn't want to because she doesn't want both doppelgangers back. Oh, because now the spirit magic has stopped going away or something.
Yeah, so they are just finding out about what happened with Stefan getting killed and that the spell has ended and, like, they don't have to travel forever and ever. Like, you know, it has that weird borderline.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, man, I would help you bring back Stefan, but wait, I don't want to have two doppelgangers because then they're just going to do the spell all over again and then I won't be able to have my magic.
Right, and they care about having their magic, but they also care about their coven, right?
Right.
That's their motivation.
Right. Well, I mean, their coven's like their family, but also their coven can do magic and be mean and torture them in a way from with their powers.
For sure. I did it with my powers.
Yeah, what's that from?
Matilda? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but she says that.
I did it with my powers. That little girl?
Yeah, that's Matilda. Oh,
I haven't really seen it.
With Miss Honey.
Just the trailer a million times. Okay.
I watched that movie a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw it. I just saw that cake part like 1,000 times for some reason.
It's so gross.
Maybe I've just seen you watching that.
That's not
The movie, and that's the time I always see it? I don't know.
No, I watched it a lot as a kid. I think we had it on VHS.
I truly only have a memory of that scene.
Maybe
of that movie.
It's probably like shown in like when they're referencing cinema of some sort.
Maybe. One of the classics.
I don't know.
In editing class, we watched it. For the pacing of him eating the cake.
Ugh. You must
All right.
have seen the whole movie at least once.
No way. Alright. They're going to have to kill a bunch of travelers and Marcos, but Liv and Luke don't want to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, their coven would be mad. And Caroline then kills Luke, and now he's on the other side.
Yeah, well, Caroline is also, like, her and Elena, everyone is, like, really at the edge of their whatever it's called. Because Stefan is dead. So everyone's, like, super desperate. So she's like, all right, well, then, bye, Luke. Like, why do I care? She's like, I want Stefan. I need your help. I don't care about Luke.
Oh, I know a Pete-diction.
Okay, what is it?
All right, Stefan's dead, but I forget. Hold on, I'll do it at the end because I forget where we land at the end of this. Is Stefan still dead at the end? No, they switch, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Let's just get back there.
All right. I mean, we do know, but let's just wait.
All right. They're moving the Welcome to Mystic Falls sign. Marcos is there. They're moving it because that's where the spirit magic ends. Mm-hmm. So they can start breaking ground on a new Spirit Halloween store. right there.
I think that this is the silliest thing ever. They're moving the Welcome to Mystic Falls sign, but if they didn't move the Welcome to Mystic Falls sign and, like, Elena and all of them tried to come into Mystic Falls not knowing, I mean, they do come in later, as we see, and they, like, speed through and, whatever, but if they were just like, and they'd be like, there's no magic, and they would die, like how they would kind of wanted them to.
Yeah, like they could be like
trick them into it.
They could be like, let's go right up to the sign and make our plan. Mm-hmm. And then they go up to the sign, and then there's no spirit magic already.
Right.
And then they die.
Yeah, they could totally have tricked them into that, like, a zone where they think they're safe, but they're not. But instead they're like, this is where we are starting our new home.
I know. And why?
And move it like 3 feet or something dumb.
Right. And why even do they care or, like, I don't know. It is odd.
Yeah.
All right. Forbes rolls up. She's evacuated the town square.
Yeah. She's, like, helping the travelers, but, like, under the guise of the plan that they are going to try to do the spell.
Yep. Marcos says he isn't afraid of vampires. Damon and Caroline cannot save the day. Marcos has Ty, a.k.a. Julian, on his side to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. He betrayed his people by killing doppelganger. Who? Julian?
Julian killed Stefan.
The doppelganger. Okay.
Yeah, because he didn't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, well, I'm going to stop the spell. And then he snapped Stefan's neck.
Snapped his neck or took his heart out?
Oh, you're right. Took his heart out. Not stabbed his neck. That wouldn't kill him. Took his heart out.
All right. So the spirit magic has like layers. Did we already learn this last episode?
Yeah, we can say it again.
Ty will be stripped of his hybrid status, I guess, and then vampirism, and then he'll die. Mm-hmm. He had a werewolf gene to begin with, but he broke his neck, and then they made him a vampire, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he had to like kill someone to trigger the gene. Remember all that?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And then they literally push him over that line, demarcated by the sign, thankfully. And then, like, his vampirism goes away.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my fangs, oh.
And I guess his werewolf gene goes away. And then his neck breaks.
Yeah, and then that's sad, and then now Ty's dead.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Julian doing that, but obviously in Ty's body.
Right.
Not confusing at all. All right.
I'm following.
Yep. Bonnie has Luke go through her to the other side. The list of people to bring back from the other side to the mainland is getting longer and longer. They're like, we got to get Enzo. We got to get Stefan. Now we got to get Luke.
And now Ty.
Ty, my buddy Ty.
And they don't even know about, like, I mean, Bonnie was already planning on getting Grams, but no one really said Alaric or Lexi.
Right.
And then they show up too, so.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
crazy.
of peeps.
All right. Ty sees Bonnie. He's dead. Dine eliminated his passenger. I wonder what happened to Julian then.
Yeah, he's done. He's out of here.
What if another dude walked up and was like, "Hey, I'm Julian."
Oh, sorry, I did that.
Yeah.
But that was what Caroline had predicted. Remember earlier she wanted to kill Ty, and she was like, and then when he comes back on the other side, he'll be himself, and so Julian.
Wow, she made a Pete-diction.
Yeah, she did, but Bonnie was like, no, don't do that because I can't bring anyone back.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Damon, Matt, Jeremy are in a classroom. Jeremy tested his hunter abilities to see the border of spirit magic. So he was like, usually I crave killing vampires, and like I went to the edge of town and I didn't do it anymore.
That was his literal science around it, and that's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, usually I want to kill you a lot, but when I was over here, I wanted to kill you less. To Damon.
Yeah, well, that's a good science experiment.
That's so funny, and also like they don't really talk about how Jeremy's a vampire hunter barely at all.
Yeah.
And they just like kind of use that one little moment.
Yeah, he's been dormant for a while. He was real mad early on.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we haven't seen his tats lately.
No, I think... Oh, what did happen to his stats? I think his stats went away.
Only certain people could see it. That's why.
Yes.
Like the Hunter King or whatever.
I don't know. That was too many seasons ago.
Matt uses some weird phone, because they always have weird phones,
Yes.
to text a map to Caroline with the no magic perimeter. All right, Damon wants to kill all the travelers by, like, opening up the gas line
Underneath the grill.
And blowing up Mystic Falls to kill the travelers.
And they're like, do we really have to blow up our town? Or is this when Matt has the funny line? Did you write it down?
I think it might be late. I thought it was later when they were driving. Yeah, that's later.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, maybe I have the good line down there. Forbes needs to convince the travelers to be somewhere.
So they can be blown up.
Then they can use the spell to get people back. So they're going to sneak through, basically, right?
Right. They're basically going to overwhelm Bonnie by killing all the travelers.
Yeah, and Bonnie's okay with that?
And then sneak everyone through.
like, that seems shady on Bonnie's side. Like, I'd be like, all these travelers going to overwhelm me again? Mm-hmm. Could be dangerous.
Yeah, but she wants all those people to be alive. You know, she never puts herself first.
Yeah. Lexi and Stefan are looking for Alaric at the grill. And that's what I give English as a second language learners. That I have them say, Lexi and Stefan are looking for Alaric at the grill. That's their final test.
Everyone, don't even ask me to read it. That'd be hard. How do you feel about the spirit world and the real world? And they're like, you need to get to the grill. But they're like, Bonnie's kind of on both sides of all this. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's cool? Do you think it's confusing? Unnecessary? What do you think?
I don't know. Confusing. But yeah, I mean, I realize that Bonnie's a conduit for it all. Uh-huh. So that I understand. And I like when the dead people are just standing there hanging out.
Right.
And I like when Enzo's being a jerk in whatever episode that was.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. Well, I'm curious.
Lexi and Stefan are looking for Alaric at the grill. They ordered a chicken sandwich with french fries on the side.
Okay.
Stefan talks about being locked in the safe by Silas for 3 months. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember him being in that safe, and now I remember that Silas comes back.
Yeah,
that was crazy,
which is kind of good that they remind you about Silas in this moment, but you don't really expect to see him. You're just like, yeah, that happened to Stefan.
And we know that Stefan hated that so much, being in that safe. He talked about it for so long. So it's like, oh, it makes sense that he'll talk about that again.
Yeah. It's not like, okay, random.
So he says he didn't make it to Portland for that reason. Lexi, I guess he's selling that to Lexi. Lexi is saying, basically, Caroline likes you, Stefan.
Yeah. She's a good BFF.
Which leads me to my Pete-diction that they're playing up that. So there might be some of that going on next season.
Some shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Forbes and Marcos are at the grill. And Forbes is like, open bar. Mm-hmm. Party time for the travelers. Welcome home. Homecoming.
I know. Wouldn't you be so suspicious as Marcos? Which he is, but like...
He is, but I don't think these other travelers are. They're like, yeah, Marcos hooked it up. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
We're celebrating the thing that we were literally trying to do so hard, and we're doing it.
Yeah. Homecoming.
So that all makes sense.
Yeah, but I feel like Marcos is downplaying how suspicious he is.
Yeah. Bonnie is explaining how to be a gateway by being an anchor to Jeremy. She explains the plan. Okay.
But I don't know what you mean by that.
That's just what she's explaining. She's like, I'm going to be the gateway. I'm an anchor. I don't know. What happens to you, though, Bonnie? Jeremy wonders.
This is when she's lying to Jeremy, and she's like, yeah.
She stops being the anchor.
She's like, yeah, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to stop being the anchor, and it's all going to be good.
Mm-hmm. But then how will she get through? She says she'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And then Stefan rolls up. He killed Bonnie's dad way back when. And he wants to get back to the other side, too. And I feel like he's like, and I won't mess with y'all.
Who did you say this was?
Silas.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll just go over there.
But Silas shows up because, who brings him there? What's his name? Damon's guy?
Enzo?
Yeah.
Enzo found him?
Enzo found him. He's like, here's who I found that can help us do the spell.
Because Silas is like a witch?
Yeah, and Silas is like, here I am. And everyone's like, WTF?
Yeah.
WTF, Silas, we don't want you. We tried to kill you forever and ever and ever. And you tortured Stefan and brought only bad things to all.
Yeah. Well, he's going to help him.
So he says.
Lexi and Stefan are on the other side, looking for Alaric still. Lexi hasn't found peace yet. There's still something for her to do. And we're learning about that. Like, oh, these other side people can find peace, which is different than being sucked away like they're in the movie Twisters. Mm-hmm. Finding peace, you go like this, and then you disappear.
Yeah. Oh.
More like This Is the End than Twisters.
This is the end?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
The Seth
yeah,
Rogen, Jay
yeah.
Baruchel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
When they do something right.
And they're like, I'm going to heaven or whatever. I don't even know if they say heaven, but they're like, I'm being saved. Oh no, I'm getting dragged back down. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think that's Jonah Hill or somebody.
When Jonah Hill's talking smack, I think.
Yeah.
Lexi. Okay. Stefan says, let's find peace together. Like, if he doesn't make it back to the other side, he and Lexi are going to find peace together.
Mm-hmm.
But then Lexi is, like, pushing hard for Stefan to date Caroline.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi's pressed.
She wants Stefan to be happy, and she's been creeping on him, and it sees that they would be good together, in her opinion.
Silas is teaching a spell to Bonnie. He's excited to bust out and kill people. Elena and Liv roll up. They cannot see Silas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. In the caves, Jeremy and Matt.
Oh, yeah, and they don't tell him that Silas is there. Bonnie keeps that to herself. She's like, yep, someone's teaching me the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Not like it's Silas.
One of these 100 dead witches. Yeah.
She's like, well,
Didn't catch the name.
don't need to worry them about that one.
Jeremy and Matt are going to blow up the grill, the only place dumb enough to hire us. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what Matt said. You thought that was your joke?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Matt said.
Matt is talking about how Mystic Falls used to be safe. He doesn't like the vampires there. It used to be normal. My line is that he's saying, make Mystic Falls great again.
Oh, no.
Matt, in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to like play up this aspect of his personality more? But I think that was kind of like...
Yeah, because then like all his friends and stuff are included in those groups, so...
Right.
That would be tough.
Yeah.
But he is like... It used to be chill and easy.
Yeah. Why isn't this grill more like it was in the 50s?
Or like when I was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Before I knew everyone was a descendant of a vampire.
The travelers are partying at the grill. Someone has a phone and it's 6:42 p.m., which, hey, you can be partying at 6:42.
It's past happy hour.
Forbes is trying to get out of there and not get blown up herself.
Yeah, she's like, I know that it's going to blow at like, I think 7, right? So
Probably.
She's like, trying to make an excuse to leave.
And then Marcos, being suspicious, says you gotta stay.
Mm-hmm.
Damon and Elena are in the woods. Damon is doing some exposition. Do you see a future with me? They both see futures with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then Elena's like, don't do it. And he's like, but I'll be back from the other side.
Yeah, because he's saying that he tells her that someone has to be there to like trip the explosion.
Yes.
And he's like, and I volunteered to do it. And she's like, no, don't do it. You don't have to be the one.
I read explosion as exposition.
Oh, okay.
Damon is going to trigger the explosion. I was like, Damon's going to trigger the exposition.
Yeah.
So I just said, Damon is doing exposition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. He's going to trigger the explosion. And Elena doesn't want him to because she's like, what if it goes wrong? What if you die? And he's like, I'll just come back.
They smooch. Damon will be back. He promises.
Mm-hmm.
Enzo is on the other side with Bonnie. Silas taught her the spell. It's windy over there. Silas starts getting sucked away, but Enzo saves him. And then Bonnie helps, but then JK Bonnie lets him get sucked away.
Yeah. She's like, I know that you are terrible. Goodbye.
That's crazy, though, that he was so super powerful and he gets sucked away just as easy as, like, Maria or whatever.
Yeah, and Catherine. Catherine was the first one who got sucked away.
Mm-hmm.
That we saw, at least.
Liv is lighting some candles. It's almost 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in the Mystic Grill doing a spell. I should have written all of that out. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up.
And also, you could talk about Damon and Elena driving in the car.
Yep, anticipating.
big explosion triggered by Damon.
That's good.
That'll be something that I do later. All right. She starts speaking Latin. Luke is there to cheer her on from the other. Yeah.
Everything is Phasmatos.
Luke is there to cheer her on from the other side. Mm-hmm. Ash, it's going down. Matt and Jeremy turn on the gas.
Oh, yeah.
Bonnie is by the Bennett graves.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Grams? Oh, she's there. You can't survive with all these people coming through you. Bonnie is doomed.
Mm-hmm.
But Graham says, like all cryptically, no pun intended, that it's been like a privilege to watch her grow as a woman and all this stuff, which you could be like, oh, Graham's is kind of eulogizing Bonnie, but I think she's going to somehow take on everything for Bonnie. Because she's like, I'm fine over here. Yeah. Graham's is staying on the other side. She's going to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, we see that that's not what happens, but I think really Graham's is more like, why would Graham's want to be saved and come through Bonnie knowing that Bonnie isn't going to survive it? I think she's like, nah, I'm chill. I don't need to, be alive and sad without you. You know what I mean?
Oh, bummer. She's going to make sure Bonnie finds her peace, though. Mm-hmm. Grams hugs her. They love each other. Grams walks away. Stefan and Lexi are there.
Mm-hmm.
Traveler's still partying. Forbes is still there. She's getting phone calls. Marcos is suspicious. Now, Forbes says, do you smell gas? Which isn't that like tipping their hand?
It is, but I think it's just a bad excuse for them to like get up and walk around, and maybe she knows like this. She hits him with like a pipe or something, right?
Oh yeah.
So maybe she like knows that there's something she can use against him in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's like, do you smell gas? Which yeah, at first you're like, why are you telling him? He's not supposed to know.
What if she was like, do you smell gas? And he was like, no. And she was like, and she was like, how about now? All right. Forbes, they go look for the gas leak. Forbes hits him a bunch. Texts Damon real quick, but Marcos isn't knocked out and grabs her.
Right. No good.
Damon is being emo Ash, drinking on his car. He's like, it's time to rock. He's right outside of the Mystic Falls. Ash, exactly. Right. He's right outside the zone or whatever.
If they didn't move the sign, he would have been dead.
Yeah, he would have been sitting there drinking and be like, oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm glad that didn't happen, but the travelers,
they could have
done that.
I mean, what was the point of that scene? So they could do it to Julian as Ty, I guess?
Yeah. And just to, like, have the whole thing about there being a boundary and everyone knows where it is and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Elena gets in the car. Once they cross the line, she's going to drown again.
Yeah, he's like, don't come with me. She's like, well, you made your decision, and now you need to respect mine.
Which, I mean, she does start drowning a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, because, I mean, they are driving fast. So, maybe that...
And what, Damon was shot when he was a kid? Or So, okay, I don't know.
And I think also, like, maybe because he's older, like, maybe it takes longer for the magic to unravel him than it does Elena, but... Yeah, she starts drowning and he's doing fine.
And is the magic still working? Because Stefan is still dead.
Well, that's why the spell ended. They were able to undo the magic up until a certain point when then Stefan died. It didn't, like, undo the spell completely. It just stopped it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. They drive into Mystic Falls. They have to die while they're still vampires. Elena swerves.
Right, otherwise they won't go to the other side. They'll just be regular human dead.
Yeah. Elena kind of starts drowning, I guess. They drive into the grill, and it explodes. Liv is doing her spell. The travelers come at Bonnie. Marcos is one of them. He's like, I'm going to be right back through here. Elena runs up. Damon is there. Wake up in your bodies, then get back here as soon as possible. And Elena's melted in the car.
I know, that was really like a gory moment. Like her real like skeleton melted body. That was a lot.
Lark goes to find.
Did you think that was like horror-y?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was gross. Mm-hmm. Alark is there, and he'll go find Damon. So Elena get back there. Damon is in the grill by his own burned up body. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, Forbes took one for the team, and then she's okay.
Yeah, which that is scary because you're like, oh man, Forbes killed herself. It's gonna be so sad, and Caroline's gonna lose it, but
Yeah,
she makes it out.
and she's no supernatural person.
No,
Liv is still chanting, has a nosebleed. Mm-hmm. Luke goes to look for Bonnie. Bonnie, it's all happening. It's too much for her. They need to start now, putting people back through, I guess.
Yeah.
So Luke goes through first.
because he's like, I need to go help my sister.
He wants Liv to stop, but she promised she'd help everybody, so she continues. Enzo goes through. Ty is back in the house. He's not a hybrid anymore, though.
Right?
So even when he goes back, he's just going to be a werewolf or what?
What do you think?
I don't know. All right, Elena and Stefan don't... I mean, I guess he will be because all these people are vampires.
But they died as vampires, and he died a human. He lost all
As a
his
human.
magic.
As a...
But
then
then
how's
he
he on the
died
other side?
Actually, yeah, that doesn't match even their own.
Say what? Maybe because he has a werewolf gene.
Maybe that's the workaround because that does not follow the lore and legend.
They did make it very specific that he had the gene in this episode.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like they've said that before.
He wasn't. So yeah, true. All right.
But he's not a hybrid anymore, which they could just make him a hybrid, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Like, being a hybrid was pretty sick, so...
Can I be a hybrid again?
Elena and Stefan don't want to go through without Damon, but then Stefan pushes Elena through. Bonnie starts coughing, and I guess Stefan, goes to, hold her, stop her.
Yeah,
and then he goes through because he
Yeah.
touches her.
Right. He's going to, help her up because she was, coughing and, stumbling. And he wasn't trying to go through. He was trying to wait for Elena and Damon. But then he's he goes through and he's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be here.
Lexi says this is killing you, Bonnie, but Bonnie says she's going to hold on. Marcus comes up. Marcus. this new guy.
Some
Marcus.
new guy, Marcus.
Marcos comes up and Lexi fights him and then pushes him to get sucked away, much like he was in the movie Twisters. He doesn't find peace like he was in This Is the End. Mm-hmm. Lexi doesn't want to go through before Damon, but then she finds peace. Mm-hmm. Damon finally gets there.
She finds peace because she's, helping them and, she's so loyal to Stefan.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. That's probably even better than going to Mystic Falls.
Yeah.
Damon gets there with Alaric. Alaric goes through, which that's a surprise.
Yeah.
Is he going to be like, is my old job still here at this high school?
Hearing you talk about Lark is so funny because I do remember your Pete-diction that he was going to be around for just a few episodes, and now he's back from the dead from the other side.
Oh my gosh.
In season 6.
Yeah, but I thought he was going to be more like that football coach or whatever. Mm-hmm. Damon. Okay, Luke starts chanting. Bonnie and Damon touch each other, but don't go through. Damon is still on the other side.
Because Luke blows out all the candles when Liv?
Liv.
When Liv is still chanting, and she said she was going to keep going until everyone was through, but he was like, no, you're going to die. This is too much for you. You can't handle it. Mm-hmm. And she won't stop, so he just blows out all the candles, and so she can't do the spell.
Man, he might get a whooping.
He's going to get a beat down.
Yeah. Elena is sad, but it's too late. Damon is standing there, but she can't see him. And then Bonnie's like, you can say goodbye to each other.
Right, because she can see everyone, and she can, facilitate it. And Damon can see Elena.
Stefan is in the cemetery. Caroline walks up. Stefan is sad that he lost both Lexi and Damon. Mm-hmm. And then Elena's talking to Damon, but he can't respond. You lied to me. Don't leave me. He says she's the best thing that happened to him in 173 years.
Mm-hmm. And Elena is like so upset. Like she's hysterical, like slobbering. She's like really sad. Like, but I would understand if you're like, now I'm never going to see you again. Like, yeah, that's sad.
Sometimes he does a I'm a bad boy speech. Sometimes he does a I'm not good for you speech. Mm-hmm. He does a sad speech. Mm-hmm. He had a long life, but she should have a long life. He's saying because he loves her.
He does.
Bonnie says there's not a way for her to stop being the anchor. She was lying.
Mm-hmm. She always lies to Jeremy about that stuff. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna do this.
When the other side goes, she'll go too. And Jeremy's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. So then he's like, I gotta find Bonnie. He goes to run after her, right?
They're talking to each other. Bonnie died before their graduation. The rest of this time that she spent with her friends has been just a gift. Mm-hmm. She should be dead. They're on the phone. Mm-hmm. Take care of Elena. Jeremy says, don't hang up. She does hang up. Mm-hmm. Matt turned off the gas line.
Thank you, Matt.
Then Matt says, there's still a gas leak. Fern? Jeremy runs to Bonnie. There's a sad montage, Ash. Mm-hmm. Elena's crying. But Alark is back, so that's good. Mm-hmm. He comforts her.
But Alark is now back without Damon, and that's his best bud.
Yeah, and probably with no job. And who knows about his school apartment.
Right.
Jeremy is yelling for Bonnie. Ty is there. Jeremy sees Bonnie. She's on the other side. Oh, it's collapsing with her and Damon. Okay, they hold hands. There's big lights in the sky, and they're like, "Will it hurt?" And then Damon's like, "I don't know," and then he doesn't even finish his line, and it's cut off like the end of Rules of Attraction with
true.
him in it. But it's James Van Der Beek who does it
true,
in that movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, cut off at the end.
And it's like a white out instead of a blackout, right?
I don't know.
I think it fades to white.
But yeah.
Pete, what do you think? How many fangs?
2 fangs.
Definitely 2 fangs.
Alark's back again. But, yeah, Bonnie and Damon, they're on the other side. Those big lights might be 100 dead witches being like, we're going to put you back through. No, I don't know. There might be something. I do think Bonnie and Damon will come back to the land of the living. Mm-hmm. Not sure exactly how, but I think they will. Maybe Grams is shining these lights, and she's going to be like, I'm the anchor now, or whatever. Push Bonnie through, and then like, we're collapsing. Mm-hmm. It's worth it. Yes, Stefan. When Damon comes back, Elena's going to be so into it that she and Damon are going to get back together, and then Stefan's going to be like, all right, I'll date Caroline. We'll see what's up with that.
Okay.
Lexi has found peace. Did they have a thing or no?
No. Lexi... Damon was like mean to Lexi when she thought they were going to date or whatever.
No, Stefan and Lexi.
No, Stefan and Lexi were always friends.
They were platonic, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so...
What about Ty?
Oh, yeah, Ty. I don't know. I guess he'll still be a werewolf. Because, yeah, why else would he be on the other side?
Mm-hmm. Right, because he was a supernatural being, but now he's not a hybrid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean...
We got lost.
I think our main cast will continue on to season 6. Mm-hmm. I am surprised Catherine is gone. I don't know if she'll be back because she got sucked away. I wonder where all the sucked away people are, and I wonder if we'll ever even get to know, or if it's just like, they got sucked away on the other side. We don't know. Mm-hmm. Much like if you were sucked away by a Twisters, you don't necessarily know where you're going to go.
What do you think is going to happen at Whitmore College?
Are
they still going to
I don't know.
school?
Are they still going to pretend like they're going to school? Didn't I say I want them all to have internships?
Yeah, I think so.
I want them to move to New York City and all get
Not
internships.
internships.
Yeah.
So when we started this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and I had watched the original series when it came out, and I didn't like look back and refresh or anything. I just watched it straight up for the second time with you, but I was most looking forward to season 6.
Wow. Exciting.
So I'm excited.
Ash, you watched the original series, not the originals
Right.
series, correct?
I did watch some of the originals when it came out, but not all the way through.
Wow.
So that would be new for us.
Well, that might be, yeah. I mean, we might have to embark into that with no superfan.
I know.
Just two noobs.
Too new.
Two noobs.
I mean, maybe you would be considered a super fan now that you will have watched all of the Vampire Diaries.
Wow, that's going to be crazy. Mm-hmm. But Ash, there's still 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
So, still plenty of more
Lots of good stuff coming our way.
hours to cover.
Yeah. I really can't believe we've done 5 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, it's only been 4+ years.
That's a long time, though. That's like your whole college or your whole high school.
Yeah, I wonder
Isn't that weird?
I wonder if we had some freshmen of either of those who have listened this whole time and now they're graduating. Oh, the little Vampities are graduating.
But if you think about it in that chunk of time, like high school, 4 years of high school felt like forever.
Yeah,
4 years of college felt like forever.
for sure. Now 4 years of your 30s just
Flies by in a heartbeat. I don't know. I guess a lot has happened in those 4 years. But yeah,
Also.
5 seasons. Good job to us. And thank you all for continuing to listen.
Yep.
And like and subscribe and share.
Yep. And hit us in the comments of whatever. We see comments on like Spotify or something if you send them, or YouTube. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll be gone. We'll probably be back in
Spooky October.
Spooktober. Yeah, with some more on a Bloodthirsty Thursday, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna take a little break.
A little refresh.
We're gonna be on the other side for a little bit.
Do you have any plurgs, Pete?
By the time we get back, I do have a short story in an anthology coming out in October. Mm-hmm. I recently had a 2-sentence short story in Short Scares 2-sentence horrors anthology.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, I read that at the pool in just like a day. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
I like the cover. It's cool. And your short story is good.
Yep. The money that book raises goes to charity for some like mental health thing.
Oh, that's great.
I should know more about it, but if you look up the book, it says what it is.
Yeah, that's okay.
But other than... Oh, I do have a plug that's going to happen while we're away.
Oh, what?
The Circle Season 7.
Oh, yes.
I was a producer on The Circle Seasons 6 and 7. Season 7 comes out on September 11th.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm really excited to see it.
So if you're yearning for some Vampiri, look in the credits to that show and you'll see my name.
Also watch season 6 in the meantime.
Season 6 is really good. Mm-hmm. I hesitate to say, I think season 7 might be better.
Well, that's wild. Season 6 was so good.
They're at least comparable.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Don't quote me, anyone who is related to any of that. But yeah, thanks for listening. It's fun to do this show, and we're excited to take this little break and be back better than ever.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.